Now, when it comes to creating your videos, you need to make sure you're in a quiet environment. Remember, if there's too many distractions, it's going to take away from your video quality and people aren't going to be listening to you and they're going to feel almost cheated. So make sure that there's no noise in the room. You know, put the cat out, put the dog out, etc, etc. You know, if you've got a PC with a noisy fan, you're going to have to change it and get a new one, or use something else, or put a duvet or quilt or something over it. I mean, one of my old PCs that I used to use, it used to sound like an aircraft taking off of an aircraft carrier. It was dreadful, and I ended up having to pack around the back these quilts in order to stop the noise from interfering with the microphone. But of course, I could only record for about half an hour or so before everything started to overheat. So you've got to make sure you get a quality PC with a quiet fan. It's very, very important. And other things in the room, you know that you've got to look out for. One of my offices, I used to keep hamsters in there, and of course I do a lot of my recording at night, nocturnal. So they'll be out banging on the cage and running around in the wheels and making noises. So you've got to adjust yourself so that you can work and that there's not too many distractions in the background. So this means as well, turn off your phones and things like that. I mean, I've seen people recording videos where they've got their phone beeping and ringing. In fact, I've even seen one where the guy picks it up and says hello and then pauses the video. And to me that's just dreadful. There's no excuse, because you can edit out the noises. If that happens, and all you do is you pause the video, you finish your phone call, then you go back a couple of sentences, start again, and then you edit it out. It's pure laziness that you can't be bothered doing it, and there's no excuse. There really isn't. So all you need to do is just pause for 10 to 15 seconds, leave a nice big blank, and then restart from somewhere where you had a breath before. So it's always worthwhile every now and then, leaving gaps, if you like, just short gaps of sort of half a second to a second, so that if something does happen, you can very easily go back and edit from that point. Now, a lot of people talk almost continuously with no breaks at all, and that way it makes it very hard for you to edit it, because of course, if there's no gaps, then how can I edit out and go back and cut something in? I can't do it because there's no gaps. How would I do it? But if I leave a little pause like that, it's very easy for me to come back and edit it out. So do that. Avoid all the breathing, the Darth Vader noises and other vocal noises. You don't want to sit there and think Darth Vader's lecturing to you. It's not attractive, it really isn't. Don't let the what do you call them, the ums and ahs get in the way too much. You will find that there are some videos where every other word is right, let's just show you now. And right, okay, let me show you how this works. And that is just diabolical. It really is. What you need to do is practice your videos. You really, really do. Practice the videos and make sure they sound fantastic. Now, not everybody is naturally a public speaker. Some people will speak with the ums and ahs, and that's simply because they are not used to speaking. So if you are serious about creating videos, get some practice in. Go and join Toastmasters International or something like that, because it's really going to help you to become a better speaker and become better with your videos. It's very, very important. Now, the practice is going to ensure your videos are higher quality, and higher quality videos will attract a higher price, more profit in your pocket, better selling, more testimonials, etc, etc. So make sure your videos are high quality, basically, is more for you. Now, you also need to make sure that you're going to provide them in the right format. Now, the best format you can provide is MP4. If you're selling personal rights or master resale rights, then you know MP4 is the way to go. So Flash format, it's portable across platforms. Most people will be able to play it without too many problems. If you start delivering WMVs, Windows movie files, things like that, it just becomes uncomfortable because you have the Mac users up in arms. It won't play properly in some people's browsers, etc, etc. Flash typically works on anything, so it's very, very good. And of course, it's compatible with iPods, iPhones, and all those gizmos and gadgets. Most people will want to download your videos. Now, you can just provide an online version, but I'm going to be honest, a lot of people prefer to watch them offline. They do. Simply because I've invested, say $50 in the product from you. How do I know that next week that website's not going to disappear and my $50 is gone? You know, I want a copy of your program on my computer so I can watch it when it's convenient for me, not when it's convenient for you. So, you know, people are like that. So I always provide a zip file as well so that people can download the video easily. The reason I provide the zip file is if people try and download MP4s, often it tries to open it in the player and then it all gets confusing. People can't download the file properly, etc, etc. It all becomes uncomfortable. You get support calls, problems, refunds, etc, etc. So, you know, you do typically on the download page you have a watch online and a download, and most people will just download it, so, you know, no worries there really. Now, if you're selling private label rights, then you're going to have to deliver the AVIs so that people can edit them. The AVIs are much higher quality and they're much bigger files. Now, yeah, an MP4 of a video could be say 5 to 10 megs. The corresponding AVI could be sort of 80 to 150 megs in size. So AVIs are significantly larger, but if you're selling private label rights, they are essential. Now, here's a big tip, and this is one that we all learn eventually, is make sure your microphone's switched on, plugged in, and selected in your software. The number of times where I've muted my microphone to record something else, forgotten to unmute it, recorded 3 or 4 videos, and then thought, there's no vocals. Or my microphone's not being plugged in properly, or, you know, not being selected in the software. So just double check every time you start your recording that you can record your voice okay. And all that's going to do is make sure that you're not repeating yourself and you know, wasting your time. Check the quality of your videos. You know, always make sure that they're okay. I tend to listen through 1 or 2. I don't listen to all of them because obviously that's going to take a huge amount of time. But I'd listen to 1 or 2 out of a batch. But whenever I'm recording one, I'm always got my ears open for external noises. And if there's a noise, I stop for 10-15 seconds and start again, and then edit the noise out afterwards. So, you know, you always want to make sure that the videos are the highest possible quality. And basically, practice is going to make perfect. You know, your first few videos may not be the best in the world, but give it time, keep practicing, and you'll find that it's going to work very, very well, and you will make good money from your videos.